All right, guys, we're going to be going over some crashes and close calls using MotoStars as the basis for this. The goal is to figure out what happened, how it happened, and not have these mistakes happen to us.
Hey guys, today we're
Utilizing my firefighter knowledge, motorcycle training, and years of watching this to kind of go over some of this stuff.
The lesson as with the right gear, you would have ended without major complications.
So she's doing a test ride, or this person's doing a test ride. So it looks like a little new. Oh, going a little wide. A little bit of extra throttle on that, and then crashing the bike. So this is either a new rider or just unfamiliar with the motorcycle itself.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, it is, okay, it is her. It's a her. All right, let's see. We're going to wait till the end of the clip, and then we're going to kind of go over the back end of it and see what happens here. Overall, that sucks, but she did have gear. Let's go and take a look at the gear that she had.
I'm fine.
So a motorcycle jacket, not zipped up, and then just leggings. So not a ton, and then gloves. That's good. So what's happening here? Let's go and take a look. So we're waiting at intersection.
Without major complications.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So she counted down. So why are we doing the engine shut off and start? The bikes are already on. So understanding your motorcycle controls is very important. Now, if you're on a brand new bike, like controls can be different. So we have primary controls, secondary controls. And so the primary controls are pretty simple. It's gonna be the front brake, rear brake, shift lever on the bottom left or on your left foot, the clutch lever on your left hand. Then you have the engine start and engine cutoff switch. So she has the engine cutoff switch right here. And then also handlebars. There's the engine start. We have the front brake lever. We have the clutch lever right where I'm at. And then on the feet, that's where everything's at. That's very standard when it comes to things, but more than likely, her other motorcycle, or maybe it's brand new, had her control somewhere else. So I'm assuming she was kind of reaching for the indicator. So the indicators are typically on the bottom left over here. You have your high beams, low beams here, and you have a few other things. You have your key and ignition right there. So it's kind of fumbling for this right here. That just means you're not familiar with the controls. So before you get on a motorcycle, really familiarize yourself with the controls. And if you have any secondary controls, usually going to be like right here. Okay. So your secondary controls is high beam. You have like a flasher right here. So you can kind of flick your high beams with that little button, or it could be changing the TFT screen. You also have your horn, and you have your left indicator, right indicator. And if you push it in on some of these, it turns on the hazard lights, or it cancels the indicator. So look at the user manual, give it some time to look at it. If this is a test ride, give it some time in the parking lot before you start heading out, get familiarized with it. And if you don't even want to use your indicators, I highly recommend you do. But if you're fumbling for them, just don't even worry about it. Just take the turn. Don't worry about the indicator. The indicator is actually already on anyways. So we're getting up to this point, and we talk about fundamental skills as a smart rider. So maintain your fundamental motorcycle riding skills. So right here, this is a turn from a stop. So we're talking about a little bit of throttle control, a little bit of kind of like just a little bit, but then it's really that friction zone going in. So you're in first gear at this point. Yep, first gear. First gear, get it out into the friction zone, maybe give it a little throttle, but we need to turn those handlebars. And when you turn those handlebars, be very careful not to accidentally turn the handlebars and give it throttle at the same time. So this is where practice really comes in. You can get yourself a Smart Rider drill booklet. It's on the shop. Practice parking lot drills. Do whatever you want to do. But practice your tight turns, U-turns, figure eights. It's very important. Get those handlebars turned. Look where you want to go. But this is a very common thing with new riders or people on new bikes, especially with more power, because the throttle and the friction zone are a little different. So find that in the parking lot before you go riding. So handlebar turn, but see how we're straight and we gave it some throttle. So we're going to be pushed out. This is a common thing. This is why you practice it. Accidentally panicked a little bit, gave it a little bit more throttle, lost a little traction because we leaned it in. Like we're not used to this, the ergonomics of this bike. And this is a possibility of what could happen. So just in case something like this happens, that's why we as smart riders acquire and use personal protective equipment. Because if we do crash, we want to mitigate any injuries that we could possibly be having. So right here, when it comes to injuries, I don't want to pause it on her butt. Okay, well, she had a jacket gloves and a helmet, full face helmet. That's good. Highly recommend motorcycle boots and motorcycle jeans or pants also. So Grom Squatch, here we go. Motorcycle close call. So person coming out, are they going to switch lanes on us? So we're going to have to position for safety, which is what he did. Positioned over a little bit on the left. So we're coming up to here. If you don't know what position for safety is, it's part of the plan method that I teach. So position for safety, locate this hazardous situation, car coming out, assessing if it's a relevant threat, going into our lane, navigate any active threats. So we're going to move ourselves in a new position for safety by navigating that active threat. So we were going to move over just a little bit. And what can we do other than just move over? Because we could just get hit and we don't want to get pushed into oncoming traffic. Thankfully, there's no one coming. So we could use this as an escape path. So having an escape path is very important. That's part of the plan method. So you can move over, you can decelerate. So roll off the throttle, maybe even give it a little bit of progressive braking if you really needed to, because that's going to be very helpful. And what's going to happen is that if you decelerate, this person's going to get into this lane and continue going. You're going to be back here, and you could switch to the other lane if you wanted to, or stay in this lane and have a good space cushion. That way, if anything happens, you have time to react. So yeah, overall, pretty good. Or you can, escape into a good position and accelerate through. There's a bunch of options you can be doing, but just the main thing here is we don't want to be colliding with a person that's not paying attention. Yes, it's their fault, but our safety is our responsibility. So good job on Grom Squatch for getting himself out of here. All right.
So sit back, relax.
So this is the thumbnail for the live stream, which we host every Thursday. They're using Cardo Pack Talk edges. Oh, there's a little impact. He did say he was turning right. He was telling his buddy.
Here's his.
So there's an impact.
Crushing me.
Ooh, please wear gear. Oh, so look at that impact.
POV of crushing me.
So the handlebar right in the back. Right in the back. So when you have motorcycle jackets, you want to put some armor in the back. Just for little things like that. It can be painful. They're walking. That's good. Rescuing each other is important, but it seems like everyone's fine. Just make sure we get out of the roadway as soon as we can. So what do you say?
I didn't know if you were going straight in.
Turning right up here.
So he didn't know if he was going straight, turning right. The other guy, guess what stage he was in? If you don't know what the stages are, these are the MTC awareness stages. These are the stages that are available to you. The goal is to be in yellow stage, orange stage, intersection corners, and then red stage when something happens. So that's part of the plan method. The reason why the plan method is color-coded right here is that you're positioning for safety going yellow stage, kind of zoned in, orange stage for those things, and red stage to navigate any active threats. So he was zoned out. He was white staged, the guy in the back. Wasn't paying attention, singing, having a good time. We're in a group ride, so singing, having a good time. He's telling him, hey, we're turning right. And so this is why paying attention is very important. But yeah, if you guys want to communicate with each other, that's a Pack Talk Edge. Go ahead and grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. There's a link in the description for 10%. Use code DDTF or just click the link and it'll automatically apply it to checkout. You can grab the new one. They have the Pack Talk Pro, but that one has crash protection, or not crash protection. It has crash awareness, so it'll notify people. They're actually talking to each other utilizing the Cardo app too, so it can actually record your conversations on the Cardo app, and this is how clear it sounds.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going straight in.
Turning right up here.
You are my...
So it's pretty cool. I mean, like you can have dual vlogs. You can just record your audio, sync it with your video if you want to do some content creation or whatever. But I like it because you can talk to each other. I listen to my GPS with my phone on the handlebars. Great stuff. Links in the description for that.
Woo!
We did it. Yeah.
So they're fine.
We're good.
Well, we're going to have to get... dude.
Oh, going a little wide. Okay. So why do you think that happened? So what they didn't show was the corner. So why do you think he was leaning so hard? So he was probably coming out of a corner super fast and went wide right at the end. So riding within your skill level is very important. Yeah, the song is interesting. Riding to your skill level for the road itself. So if you see signs that say recommended 35, it's like a 45, but it says recommended 35 in orange. Just do 35, and then once you kind of get to the straightaway part, go ahead and accelerate, and then realize, okay, I can handle that part of the section at 35. But yeah, this was very lucky. So he could have lost traction right here, and the bike stayed up. And imagine going off the edge. So go a little bit slower on those turns, especially if you're a beginner.
Situation must be said that the biker reacted really swiftly and managed to avoid the deer by almost a few inches.
Oh, deer. Okay. So thanks, Motostars, for the set and setting. So we got a deer right here. Oh, a little bit close. A little bit close. Look at his hands, though. So part of planning your ride is that he saw it real quick, located, assessed it was a relevant threat, and navigated as best he could by applying front brake pressure, doing it progressively. So progressively. So I like to think of it is that you have like a lemon or an orange, and you have a glass right here, and you want to squeeze a little bit of orange juice in there. Well, once you get to like this point, there's not any orange juice coming out, so you squeeze a little bit more, a little bit harder, a little bit more, a little bit harder, a little bit more, a little bit harder, and that's progressive braking. So you're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Once you get traction, you can squeeze more if you want to stop, but you just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You don't slam it. So it did a great job here. Did a great job there. Good job. Scary. Scary. Learned handbrake in a couple days before this video. Okay, so he's practicing. He's got, you can kind of see it. There's two different levers. So probably a clutch, and then rear brake is attached up ahead. So stunting. He's stunting a little bit. Little wheelies. Brian636 knows more about this part than I do. But dumps the bike in shorts. Ooh, let's take a look. Let's see if we can get it. So a little bit of a cut. Looks like he's got bruises, so he's been practicing. So where are the bruises, though? On the knees. So wear some gear so you don't have these bruises and a broken patella.
It's a hard one.
I mean, find some jeans that aren't restrictive for when you stunt. Even like the armor that goes over clothes, it's not necessarily jeans, would be ideal. I didn't see the light. The sun was in my eyes.
Of road rage,
Hazardous
people
situation,
in the
right?
original video noticed the lightning fast reaction of one of the riders who rushed to help his friends.
So he ran a red. So he went through the red. That person turned left. Could have been, it's a very close call.
Road rage, many people under the original
I'm not going to like this one,
lightning
Missy.
fast reaction
They get in a
of one of the
fight.
riders who rushed
Okay, so I don't like road rage stuff. When it comes to the Smart Rider principles, you know, empathetic communication. He said he was sorry. Interesting camera angle. Ooh. Yeah, drop the bike. Who cares at that point? Okay, we're not going to watch anger and fighting. The guy in the red hat is definitely emotionally immature. Just take it on the chin. It was a close call. Get it? Take it on the chin? Yeah, I'm going to skip this. Here we go. Oh, good job with the brakes in a corner and then getting a new position for safety. So we talk about patterns. Humans are naturally good at recognizing patterns. We just see things, random things, okay? Having the focal vision and having to think a little bit. Thank you, Felix, for joining. Having to like think about things, it takes some time. So our bodies are naturally, or our minds are naturally accustomed to seeking out patterns. And so when I see this pattern right here, this is called, to me, this is what I call it, the side of the vehicle pattern. So side of the vehicle means that there's an intersection or there's somebody pulling out in front of you. They're perpendicular, right? And you're going this way. You're going this way. And so there's a chance where you can crash right into them. And so to me, I don't want to do that. I don't want to T-bone anybody. So when I see a vehicle, the side of a vehicle, it puts me in, let's go ahead and get that up there. It puts me in orange stage and gets me ready for that red stage. So when I see that, I'm like, I don't like that. I'm going to get ready to act. I already know my escape paths. I already know that I can brake really well because of all the practice. He's already reaching for the brakes. And so part of the plan method is locating that, assessing if it's a relevant threat. It's starting to pull out, and we got to navigate it. And by navigating, we're going to put ourselves in a new position for safety. So we're finding that escape path. Whenever I'm talking about position for safety, we want to be in a good position for space cushions. So we have good space cushions to the right. We have good space cushions to the left. because we're in the middle. We're in lane position 2 right here. So we're in lane position 2. So we have space cushions to the right. I want good line of sight. So there's number 2. I want good line of sight. I can see around. It's pretty good. This person's going to block my line of sight, so that's not good. And then I want to have at least one escape path. I prefer 2 escape paths because if one of them disappears, I have that second one. 2 is 1, 1 is none, if you guys know that. And so 1 could be taken away from you, so you at least have a backup. So right here, the escape could be to the right. The escape could be applying good progressive brake pressure. Stand up the bike, straighten the handlebars, and apply brake pressure so that you can stop in time or slow down enough to where hopefully this person continues going or stops right here. That buys you some time so you can actually make a choice. And so that's exactly what happened here. He's applying the brakes. The person slowed down, and it looks like they stopped. And so now we're going to put ourselves in a new position for safety because if we just continue going straight, we're going to hit this bumper, right? So new position for safety, found our escape. They stopped. We applied the brakes. Now we can go. So this was handled extremely well. And this happens in cars. If you're driving a car, it happens on motorcycles. It's just scarier on motorcycles. Who's at fault? Let's see. Oh.
To be honest, I was a little disappointed I couldn't keep it up.
That's what she said.
So if you listen, it sounds bad, but it's really not. To be honest, I was just happy I didn't hit the truck.
Yeah, tire's fine. So what do you think happened, guys? What do you think happened there?
Take a look at the plate. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that until later.
All right, so let's take a look at this. So we're coming up to a stop. We're not fully stopped. The handlebars or the friend hit him? No, the friend didn't hit him, did he?
I was just happy I keep it up.
No. Oh, he did hit him. Okay, the friend did hit him. So friends, don't hit your friends. Don't hit your friends.
So if you
don't do that.
Plate.
You're right. I didn't see that part.
Notice that until later.
All right, move on. Here we go. So space cushion, line of sight. We're talking about plan method, right? We can't see around this vehicle. Okay, we can't see around this vehicle, so increase your space cushion. So roll off the throttle, and then this will increase normally, and then get back to the speed of traffic, and then your space cushion's bigger. So you can't see around this vehicle. Another thing you can do is position yourself off close to the line. Let's say this is the line right here. So position yourself off here so that way you can see between the vehicles. And that's also an escape path too, just in case. Let's see what happens here. So brakes, we're applying the brakes. So you see how we have better line of sight at this point in this position? That's what I want, but I'm gonna do it on the other side so I don't do head-on traffic. Hopefully no one behind us hits us. That car almost did. And that's part of positioning for safety. So I like to ride on 1 or 3, and if it's just me, I'll ride position 2. So good job on that person. That person was creeping out. We had a space cushion already. We're doing fine.
Looked like the
good position for safety.
Something completely different.
Watch out for anybody. Line of sight's being broken by all these tractors. Anybody gonna pass? Try to pass and get head on with us. There's an intersection right there. Anybody want to creep out? Take it nice and slow. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, that guy was not paying attention. Good job positioning off to the side so you didn't get hit. Okay, watch out. That person might be coming out. Okay, good job. You heard the engine RPMs go down because we rolled out the throttle to kind of give ourselves some engine braking and figure it out. This person's riding on the line. Give them some space. They probably in elementary school and as an adult can't color within the lines, so they can't drive within the lines. So when it comes to that right there, I ride staggered with other cars like I'm in a group ride. So I'm not going to be side by side with this person. I'm going to stay in this area. Like this is going to be a gap. I'm going to stay over here. And so if they do creep out, they're not going to hit me. So good job. Yeah, you just kind of let them be idiots in front of you. Only 2 cylinders. Okay, that's the name. We got a crest of the hill. We're going up and over it. What's on the other side over here? Anybody want to peek out? We're going a little fast for the area. Side of the dog. Okay, so a little fast for the area. Not wearing a lot of gear. Slow it down. I get it. It's fun. It's a straightaway. But if you hit that dog, you're dumping the bike and you're going to be getting road rash. So wear gear. Slow it down a little bit.
This clip is a very good reminder of why it's worth staying highly focused on the road.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
Was not expecting that. So, yeah. Be very careful. That's a close call. That is definitely a close call.
Oh my God!
It's very important to pay attention.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh!
Okay, so he's gonna have to change his pants. Let's move on. Oh, let's go back.
You just shot my pants!
Yeah, he did. All right, random person switching over. You're not gonna win that fight. So good job on him for applying the brakes. And they looked at each other. It's like, I'm going. So good for them. Yeah, so when those tires are turned like that, they shouldn't be. They should be going straight. So once we see that, let's go ahead and apply the brakes. No reason to accelerate and try to get in front because we might hit them. So just go ahead and apply the brakes. Let them in. It is what it is. You're just going to lose that fight anyways. You might scratch and give them a dent on their car, but you're going to dump the bike and maybe bruise a bone or get a laceration or damage your bike. So it's just better to let them in. Okay, they switched over into your lane. Good job kind of allowing them in and slowing and modulating your speed to just continue on your ride. All right, rain, it looks like there's rain on the road. Hopefully we don't slide. Do a low side. What did I miss there? What did I miss there? I'm trying to look at the bike. Did it lose traction a little bit? Anyways, we got a cube up in front of us. It's blurry. Interesting. So they're switching over. What do? We accelerate through. Okay. We hit a pylon. Okay. Yeah, we just accelerate through. Not a big deal. If you have a bike, you can do that. It's an escape. This is an open lane pattern right now. We have a line of sight issue at an intersection. So this is definitely an orange stage situation where I'm like creeping in. Oh, idiot. Probably not supposed to be doing that. Oh, maybe. No, we were in the wrong lane. They're not an idiot. We are. So good job positioning back in. I thought these were parked cars for some reason. I was in the... Oh, and there's an impact. Well, yeah, what do you guys think? Was he in the wrong for that? It was an interesting situation. Okay, so just slow it down.
Wow.
They're making a turn. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. They're making a turn.
Thanks, bro.
Thumbs ups are good. I'd rather do a thumbs up. Prepare for that turn. All right, Jeep pass on the right to cross across 2 lanes, to cut across 2 lanes. There we go. Where's this at? Carson City. Is this Vegas? I don't know. Okay. So they cut across. Yeah, it's you start to see weird things, but don't let it panic you and you slam the brakes. Just be aware of these things can happen, and if you need to, roll off the throttle. Engine braking at those speeds will slow you down pretty good. Okay. Was that a one-way or something? No, because I see a yellow line. Oh, wait, no, it's too small of a yellow line. So it could have been a one-way, and they weren't supposed to do that. Nice air horn. I don't know. Line of sight issue. Scary. Moving on. Going a little fast here. Got a little rabbit ears. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, so what do we do in this situation? Don't run. Find a safe place to pull over. Do it smoothly. And just kind of relax and wait. Side stand down. Very good.
Be careful now. Why are you driving like that, man? I ride too, man.
I just did. Can I take my helmet off? Let me take my helmet off.
I ride too, man. But you're yourself out. Why are you driving like this, man?
Probably speeding.
Man, we just got at my buddy's house. I just did the oil change.
Yeah.
So I'm just testing it, and I also got a new tire that I'm
Testing.
You have a driving license?
Yep.
So just got an oil change.
Stopped by the trooper.
testing a new tire going fast is not a good idea.
We're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens.
Okay, you just got pulled over. All right, Dallas Road. Road surface. Why are we going slow? Oh, there's a deer. If there's one, there's probably 2 or 3 or 4 or 10. So just kind of, yeah, do what he's doing. Maybe start creeping up a little bit more. Just kind of creeping up. Oh, that's the end. Oh, when there's one, well, there's MotoStar's end screens on the screen. So there's probably others. So we learned a lot when it comes to these crashes and close calls. If you want to learn more, just keep watching. We do these live streams every Thursday. But make sure you guys grab a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Link in the description for 10% off. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.